What's up, guys? The red light is on. Monday morning, November 17th, fresh off a big UFC pay-per-view, UFC 322. Very historic, right? Big night. A night that some prospects maybe went down the wrong path, and some prospects had the highlight reel, right? Michael Morales type. So a lot of stuff to get into. We have a new UFC welterweight champion. Valentina Shevchenko kept her flyweight championship. So a lot of stuff to get to. I'm going to start doing this every Monday. I think I said that last week or two. Just quick 20, 30 minutes, hottest things. Of course, tomorrow we'll be live at around 1 p.m. on the East Coast. Big 2-hour show tomorrow. But guys, in the chat, come at me. Anything from UFC 322 is on the table. Welterweight division, new matchups, anything of that nature. So we'll start there. But let me start at the top with Islam Makhachev winning the world championship. There's two things I really want to get at that I heard a lot over the weekend on Sunday, and also a couple of stuff when I opened up the Twitter machine came after me. One is the first person. I love, right? We all love exciting fights. Our favorite fights of all time, Hooker and Poirier, Forrest and Bonner. Yeah, dude, we all love those fights. I'm the same way. I love those fights too. But I will never, ever, in a world championship atmosphere, arena, I will never be upset what Islam Makhachev did. Will never. He won the world championship. It's not his fault, it's not his spot to make the fight entertaining. Like, he doesn't get paid for that. He's trying to win a world championship. He was a lightweight world champion. Now he's trying to win a welterweight world champion, trying to win championship in two different weight classes. There's 6, 7 people on this planet that's ever done that. It's not his job to make the main event of UFC 322 fun. It's not his spot. Jack Della Maddalena, if we're going to be upset with one of the two, it's on him for his takedown defense. Try to get up, just couldn't get up. A couple submission attempts that he stopped, but just there wasn't a lot to it. And not even that, he looked very defeated. He looked like he wasn't going to win. Like Leon Edwards, at least when he fought Usman in the comeback, to me, he never had it on his face. He just kind of looked blank. And they got the head kick knockout. Jack Della Maddalena has been out there today. Like, his face was sad. He looked like a sad, kid that didn't get ice cream for dinner. So I will never be upset for someone trying to win a world championship, not making the fight entertaining. It's just not my spot. Like, Islam Makhachev is trying to do something that Khabib Nurmagomedov never did. A lot of fighters will never do and become a two-weight class world champion. So I just had to throw that out there. Now, one thing I'm upset with Islam about. You ready? So I gave Islam his flowers. We'll like I said, tomorrow we'll go all in about what's next for Islam and who he should face next. I'm not going to say that today. But the one thing that bugged me about what Islam Makhachev did and his team did, Khabib Nurmagomedov. All right. Oh, anytime, guys, chat, make a comment. I'll definitely break it down. My only argument is Islam only landed 30 significant strikes. He would prefer a little bit more action, but understand what he did was not easy. There you go. Oh, Scott, like, me too. I want a bigger fight, right? I want Poirier Hooker there. Imagine if they went to war, Israel Adesanya, Kevin Gastelum. I want that fight, especially for a championship fight. Dustin Poirier, what he did to Islam, I thought was awesome. Kind of pushed Islam, grappled, got up, struck with him. I thought even Islam was a lot better that night. Totally agree. But I'm not going to be mad at Islam Makhachev to not make that type of fight. Jack Della Maddalena did not make it hard for him. It's on Jack's spot. The MMA fans should be more upset with JDM, not Islam. And that's my point. I've been seeing it for 2 straight days that people are upset with Islam. Oh, he's not fun enough. He's not. Ilya Topuria said that. It's like, oh, we got to make it more entertaining. Just win the championship. It's not a prelim fight. It's not a main card fight. He's not trying to make a statement to get a number 1 contender fight like Michael Morales. He's trying to win a world championship. So that's my point. Man, Keelan. What's up, Dave? Hell of a weekend. It was, man. I had 2 shows back-to-back. Island Fights 92 and 93. So I was in Biloxi. Traveled back the whole next day. We had a live show here. It was a weekend. My voice is still tough, but I'm here, and we'll have a good week for sure here in Fight Banana Slam. But okay. So I was pro-Islam here. I'm going to be something maybe not anti, but there's something that bugs me. Islam Makhachev wins the world championship. Dana White usually puts the belt over the champion. Why does he have 2 belts? Why did Khabib Nurmagomedov and they grab another belt and they put 2 belts over his shoulder? He's not a 2-weight class champion. He's won the lightweight championship belt and won the welterweight champion. He's not the lightweight champion anymore. He vacated that title. I don't think he can ever make 155 pounds again. I think DC talked about that. When you win the world championship in the weight class above, you never go back down. Islam's days at 155 are absolutely over. His lightweight career is over. So why do you have 2 belts? When Conor McGregor did that, he was actually the sit-in lightweight champion. Same thing with Amanda Nunes when she did the bantamweight and featherweight. She was actually fighting in the bantamweight division. You know, she actually went up to get the featherweight. She actually came back down and fought for the bantamweight championship, defending their title. Islam Makhachev is not the lightweight champion. And I know he has a bit of rivalry with Ilia Topuria, I guess. And, you know, it's one of those things. Same thing with Ilia. Ilia is not the BMF champion when he put that title on him. He never fought for it. He's not the champion. I don't understand. Like, he can say in the media, you know, the post-fight press conference, hey, I was a lightweight champion. I'm now the welterweight. I won 2 different weight classes. That is true. And I believe and I give Islam his flowers. I think he's an all-time great, one of the greatest of all time. That championship cemented him in the top 5, 7, 8 MMA fighters of all time. But right now, November 17th of 2025, he is not a 2-belt champion. He's not a 2-weight class champion sitting. It bugs me. Does it bug anyone else? Does anyone else feel that way at all? It bothers me so much because to me, it's like disrespectful of what Ilia Topuria did. It's disrespectful for Chimaev. It's hard to become a world champion. It's nothing just to kind of flap another belt on. It's a great point. Islam argument will be he never lost the belt, but I agree with you. Yeah, no, he didn't lose the belt. And he is, like I said, an all-timer. One of the great runs we've ever seen right now where he's in. But he's not the lightweight champion. He's not. He vacated the title. It's like John Jones, if he came back right now and if he was in the UFC octagon and he had a belt over his shoulder, he's not the heavyweight champion. He was the light heavyweight champion at one time. Didn't lose it, vacated it. He's not the world champion. Tom Aspinall is. The light heavyweight champion right now is Alex Poatan Pereira. That's the champ. It bothers me. To me, it's really disrespectful. That's just my point. That's my negative on Islam. He's not he should not have 2 belts. All right. I was pro about Islam that he doesn't have to make it entertaining for us, just win the fight, and he did, but that's my negative on it. All right, let me go. Okay, let's talk about prospects. Let's talk about some of these prospects at UFC 322. Like I said, dude, on Tuesday, LG, we have guests coming on. We'll break a lot down. These are just these are my thoughts. These are my first baked opinions. And I was watching UFC 322. Jonathan Ramakhan was here. We did a live during the live feed. Coach Mike was here. It was awesome time. But there's 3 names I want to throw out at you real quick. Sue Sakayev. I think I nailed that name. Sue Sakayev, Bo Nickel, and Malcolm Wellmaker. Those are the 3 guys I want to throw out. I thought, this is maybe my spoiler alert. I should have kept it better for the punchline. But I'll just say it right here. I'm going to rip the Band-Aid off. I thought all 3 men had a bad night at UFC 322. A bad night. I know people will be like, oh, so Sakayev won. He's undefeated in the UFC. Just keeps on winning fights. Bo Nickel had a highlight reel knockout. I get it. And Wellmaker fought his tail off, went the distance, lost. So people maybe can really understand that, and I get it. But I thought all 3 had a bad night. First, let's go to Sakayev. When he won the Contender Series fight, and, you know, he's Chimaev's friend, and the Dana White Contender Series pushed him. He was on the main card of the UFC in Chicago. Oh, Keelan. Like I told you guys, if you go in here, I'll break it down. It's ridiculous to think that we could see Islam at 185 in the future. Is that a bridge too far? That could be too far, but Islam is an all-time great, so I will never doubt the man. Let's just say that. But that's a long bridge. That's the Golden State Bridge of bridges. All right, that's a far, especially middleweight right now. We know Chimaev is there, so it's a dream fight. It's a super fight. That's a far bridge. All right, back to these welterweights. Back to this, the prospects. Back to Sue Sakaev. He was on that main card for Chicago. How cool the crowd was. It was Dricus versus Chimaev. The press conference. Sue Sakaev was there. They pushed him to the moon. And now I've seen him fight twice under the UFC lights. One was on the main card. One was early on the prelims. I am uberly not impressed. I am not impressed at all. He stands in the pocket too much. His defense is lacking. I don't. He's fought two guys he probably should have beat and finished earlier. He gets hit too much. I just don't see special. So, yeah, he's going to beat these prelim guys. But if he talks about a bigger name or a better name or a veteran name, like Neil Magny will stop that quick. Like he will get the Magny treatment. Any gatekeeper to the top 15 shuts Sue Sakaev down. So I thought Sue Sakaev had a really, really bad showing at UFC 322. Let's keep going down. Malcolm Wellmaker, we know that. Took the L, gets a guy on 26-hour notice. And I know it's tough on Wellmaker as well. We always say that all the time. But however, you're one of the biggest betting favorites on the card. A ton of buzz. He was on Ariel Helwani's show. He's been on our show. Great guy, great talker. Looks great. That's a bad outing. That's a bad outing. If you're, I hate to say it, he talked about it on our show too. He talked about it on Ariel. He threw out the name Merab Dvalishvili. He talked about his nickname's the Machine. He's the Machine. One day fighting him for the world championship. You just lost to a guy on 26 hours notice who wasn't in the UFC. It's a bad night. It's a bad night. Not saying he's over, his career's over. Not saying it's not something you can overcome. That's a really bad night. That's a bad loss. That's a year lost. He's going to fight guys that, not that good on prelims. If he would have won that, got a knockout, he would have been moved up the ladder quick. That's a bad loss. So Sue Sakaev and Wellmaker. 1-1, one loss. Bo Nickel. Highlight reel, head kick knockout. And this is maybe the hottest take. I thought it looked bad. I thought it was a bad night. I don't understand in any sports, guys. Lamar Jackson runs with the ball. Nolan Ryan throws fastballs. Steph Curry shoots threes. What happened if Steph Curry, all my NBA people came out there? I'm wearing the Jalen Brunson shirt right now. Shout out, Knicks. What happened if Steph Curry one year goes, I'm not going to shoot three-pointers anymore? Why doesn't Bo Nickel wrestle? I don't get it. I know he's trying to make a point, or his game plan is for him to, get better at other avenues in mixed martial arts. Bo Nickel doesn't wrestle anymore. It's what got him to the dance. It's why we know Bo Nickel. It's wild. I don't get it. I know he got the knockout in the third, but in the first 10 minutes, I didn't think he looked great. He's a C-level striker. I love Bo Nickel. But that's just the honest truth. He's a C-minus level striker. Why is he just striking? I don't get it. Khabib Nurmagomedov was never the greatest striker. He just grounded and pounded and wrestled and Dagestated you to death. And then when Conor McGregor had his hands down, ready for to block the wrestling, to get his wrestling defense on point, that's when Khabib came with the overhand right. Bo Nickel doesn't wrestle. He just strikes. I know he got the head kick knockout. So I know people are going to be like, well, the result is the only thing that matters. And sometimes in mixed martial arts, I agree, but I just have to be honest and see what I see and when he fights. I think it's not good. I'm watching him, and I don't think it's a high-level fighter. I think anyone in the top 30 smashes him. Anyone. what RDR did to him, but we're going to see that 9 times. And he's such a big name, and he goes on top of the cage and he flicks people off. He's such a, John Cena in his prime in WWE, right? Half the people love him, half the people hate him. I was uberly disappointed. It's just, he looks bad. I just don't understand. If I said, well, Bo, why don't you wrestle? Can we get back to wrestling? So that's my Bo Nickel take. So those are the 3 prospects. Like I said, I might get into the welterweight division real quickly here for a second. I want to save a lot of stuff for Tuesday, but just my first, I was write down notes. I don't know if anyone else does that when they watch the shows. I was just so disappointed with Susakayev, Wellmaker, and Nickel. Very high on what Michael Morales did. Oh, very high on that. Also Carlos Prats, right? How good does Ian Gary look now, right? He has a big fight this Saturday with Bully Bilal Muhammad, UFC Qatar. So, Valentina cemented her top 5 of all time in the female, just MMA, the best fighters of all time. Valentina Shevchenko, whatever you want to say, to beat Wei Li, dominating fashion. I know a lot of people didn't like that fight either. I didn't think that was that bad. She struck and then did what she had to do. Wei Li couldn't get up. That's on Wei Li. It's not on Valentina. So, real quick. Let's do the welterweight division, right? Let's have fun. The champ is Islam. All right, champ is Islam. Number 1 for right now. That JDM is the past champion. He's going to fight one of these guys. Bully Muhammad and Ian Gary's this weekend. That's awesome. I think if Ian Gary wins, he's probably next. We saw the brawl in New York with Dylan Danis. Ian Gary versus Islam. Ireland versus Dagestan. Again, part 3. Come on, sign me up. Sean Brady, was 2. He goes back down. I can see a Sean Brady versus JDM. That's something that can happen. Shavkat's sitting there. And I hate to say this because it's so funny. Like Chimaev was that guy, and all of a sudden Shavkat was that guy. And then they go through these little spurts. Like Chimaev he fights once a year. Shavkat hasn't fought in 18 months. He just needs to fight. So I don't think he fights for the championship next. I just think he's been out for too long. We just need to see him fight again. I think he'll win. I think he beats JDM. He beats Bilal Muhammad if he loses right to Ian Gary. We all know he fought Ian Gary, won already. Leon Edwards is there. He's not anymore. Carlos Prats. They might do Carlos Prats versus Shavkat. Shavkat needs to fight again. Leon back, it happens. Father time. He will fight someone, I think, out of the top 15, or he'll fight, D-Rod, Mike Malott. People want the Masvidal fight the White House. I don't know if that will happen, but Leon Edwards, bad night. Maybe one of the worst nights out of anyone on the card, right? Because he's kind of like, I almost feel like he's close to being done. Usman's sitting there. It's funny because he went through that losing streak only to the best guys, also on short notice with Chimaev. Defeated Buckley, looked really good too. And he's just sitting there. And he has this legacy. He has this name. He has this championship aura. Dana White says he's the greatest welterweight of all time. He might get the title fight. If they don't do anything with Ilya right away, if they try to save that for the White House, if Islam wants to fight before, like in the spring, early, maybe like February or March, I could see them doing Islam versus Usman. Big names. You could argue Usman top 3 greatest welterweights of all time. Islam is a top 5 fighter. That's a nice poster. That actually could be next. Buckley's off the loss. Buckley JDM makes sense, right? Buckley, Sean Brady. That's in there. Michael Morales. Oh my goodness. This kid is good. This kid's good. There's just too many names there. He needs to fight one more. If you told me it's Michael Morales versus Shavkat Rakhmonov, you could take my money, right? You could take all the money, and the winner fights next. Like I said, you got Usman and Ian Gary. If Bilal Muhammad wins, I don't think he's going to fight Islam next, right? They don't want to do that. Michael Morales had one of the high points on the night. Incredible knockout. Love what he's doing. So Michael Morales, and then of course, yeah, we end up with Carlos Pratt's. His loss to Ian Gary looks so much better. I don't know why, and we'll see what Gary does to Bilal Muhammad. But Carlos Pratt's had a great night. Just the orb, the cigarettes, the communication, the fighting there, all that in between. Carlos Pratt's give it up. Just it's stacked. You could go 8 different ways, and they're all great. Shavkat can fight Buckley next, JDM next, Michael Morales next. It's all good. Usman can fight for the championship next, or sit down and face Carlos Pratt. It's crazy. They can do so many things. There's no wrong, right? Ian Gary could fight for the world championship next, or, how about Ian Gary versus Michael Morales? Take my money. So crazy time. Like I said, that's it. That's my first thoughts. We're going to upload this right now on old Apple Podcasts. You guys can listen to it. If you're watching, we appreciate it. Sub the YouTube channel. Yesterday, Jillian Robertson and Elle Dawson recapped all of UFC 322, the Sunday Morning Brew, the best show that Fight Bananas presents. Tomorrow, we're live for multiple hours. It's going to be a fun time. So, guys, every Monday morning, just my first initial thoughts. Islam is a welterweight world champion. Valentina Shevchenko is the flyweight queen. And Michael Morales stole the show. So there we go. Dave Van Alken, follow me on socials. Guys, sub the channel. And if you didn't know, now you know. New merch. Go to fightbananasofficial.com. Trucker hats. We got the cool sailor rope hats. We got the hoodies. We got t-shirts, multiple different colors. Go pick it up. We appreciate it. If you guys buy anything, send us the screenshot. Tag us. Tag me. Tag Fight Bananas. We'll share it. We appreciate anyone that buys anything. So fightbananasofficial.com. We'll see everyone tomorrow. Cheers.